things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Nippert Stadium, one of the grand old cathedrals in the sport and home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Bearcats' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Thundering Herd offense takes the field for the first possession of the game. And they were in the market for a guy to make an impact on the ground, and they found him in this transfer, guys.
This was an offense that needs explosive plays, so bring this dude in at the running back position and let him go. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
And let's see if he can earn the respect of his teammates. You know, you've done this and you have experience elsewhere. Now you get to do it for your squad, for your new team, all the hype. Let's see what he's got.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Facing a third down and short from the 26. On the option. Now the pitch. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
The Bearcats offense will get the ball for the first time. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Guys, let's chat a minute about Cincinnati. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Well, the offense is being aggressive here in their opening possession, trying to throw the ball in the first 2 plays. They went incomplete first down, and now they take a sack on second down. This is not going to script, and they understood it was going to be a challenge against this defense. And I love the fact that they're going to be aggressive trying to throw, but the execution has got to be better.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The give out of the gun. Runs through the tackle. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. The Bearcats will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Now they'll run it on the toss. Breaks into the open. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run the option. Finding open areas. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. The Thundering Herd coming off that huge run might bring a little more thunder this time. Gets it past the marker. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Thundering Herd!
And this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
On the run from inside his own 5. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Let's take a minute and talk about Cincinnati. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Bearcats will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He'll start this drive firing. It's complete to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here comes the option. Quick toss. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Marshall needs a near miracle on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. Turning it on. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on 2nd and long. On the option. The pitch. Jukes his way for more. Got enough for the 1st. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds a man on the right. Touchdown, Marshall! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Got it set up on the outside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick. and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Setting up the screen. Open space at the 25. Racing down the left side. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And on that RPO, they just can't link up. Timing was a little bit off. The ball came out quickly, just not the most accurate throw, and the defense was in good position.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we've got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. Marshall got that running game going on the last play. Let's see what they have here. Gets the back moving. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Now on the option. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. The option look. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the 1st down. And how about the timing on that pitch? The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. On the option. He'll pitch it. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. And the D denied them on 2nd and goal. Goes to the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, Herd! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Off play action on 1st down. Fires deep on the run. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Great place to start for this offense. On the option. Now the pitch. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Oh, he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game if they were going to have success, they had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far. Whether it's been pass pro, bad routes, bad throws, they're not getting it done right now through the air.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
And the Bearcats decide to punt it away. Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Motion from the wideout. Gets it out fast. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this 3rd down? From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Slater. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And that is no good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21.
Look, it's sloppy out here. It's wet. The ball is slick. It's not easy to kick in these types of conditions. That's now his 2nd missed field goal, but I know this kicker's disappointed of himself because he's good enough to make these kicks.
Finds his man. It's Gonzalez. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives.
And the Heat gets there, and they get it down at the 14-yard line. And the Bearcats will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from the 50. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem it. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll go to the fullback. Runs through a tackle. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19. Marshall might go for a big play here on 2nd and short. He wants to change this route. Back to pass on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Skinner. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. Fitted in the window for the score.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his 1st sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans.
And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. The Bearcats headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Fires on the move. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Motion from the back. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Throwing on the run. Makes the grab inside the 30. Off to the races. Touchdown, Marshall! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. And how about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you can tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Second down, they'll go to the air. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Get it out on the screen. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Finds his big tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Jones. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Looking for a push on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They'll run this play from the pistol. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the...
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Got it in stride inside the 20. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. It is good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Cincinnati, and we've had a lively first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Nippert Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Second half just about ready to go, and Marshall will kick it off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Bearcats with the 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Gonzalez. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down.
There's just so much chemistry.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Bearcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Trying play action. Fires to the right. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Well, this offense has really struggled so far early in this game, and the passing game particularly. A lot of that is on the quarterback, but at some point you need guys to step up and help him out. That was a very good throw. And his receiver has got to be able to make that catch. It just takes one play to get momentum and build some confidence, but the guys around the quarterback, they've now got to step up for this offense.
Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Working that left side. Off and running. He's at the touchdown, Herd! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They're desperate to do anything they can to try to slow down this guy who's just been spinning bean all day, but will carried away with that roughing penalty. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Flips it out in the flat. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. The Bearcats will punt it away on 4th down.
Offense facing 4th down.
Now on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
This quarterback is making outstanding decisions so far in this game, and you've already seen it throwing the football. The guy already has over 200 yards.
Breaks away on the left. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
After that amazing performance in week 1, this offense wasn't content. They felt like they left some plays out on the field, even though they were able to get that win. I feel like they've taken another step. They've raised their intensity level. They've raised their execution. This team is going to be a contender this year. You can just feel it.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Slams into the pile, he'll get 1 to the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and then
turning it on. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And the Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. He had the speedster loose, and he just couldn't connect. Just a little too much juice on the pass.
Yeah, God, those ones that you got a guy wide open, a lot of times quarterbacks will tell you that those are the ones you kind of, like, I don't want to mess this up, and you either put way too little on it or, in this case, way too much on it and overthrow the speedster.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Bearcats send out the punt unit. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. He'll toss it. He fought them off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on 2nd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Now the pitch. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Positive plays, that's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that, and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one... For the pitch man, he'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
Finds his tight end. There he goes. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Let's go. Gets the back moving. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Marshall now lines up trying to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Fox. Caught close to the marker, it's Harrell. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Marshall! He got a step and just dusted the field. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in and all of them get to get juice and get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something. More dynamic that they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to go up top on first down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And you can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a...
The Bearcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll pull it on the read. Finding an escape route. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Bearcats line up to punt it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Quarterback on the keeper. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Fox. Here comes the Heat. And the Heat was all over him, and that's the way the 3rd quarter will wrap up with a big sack. We've reached the break, and Marshall is on top. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. Creates a little space. Got the first down and more. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. The Thundering Herd coming off that huge run might bring a little more thunder this time. On the option. Now the toss. Sweet putt there. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. They'll go to the toss. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. Makes the catch. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Herd!
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Cincinnati, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Grab behind the line. It's Gonzalez.
The 2nd down pass. Complete to the wideout. No gain on the play.
The Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jones. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it in. It's Anderson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That would be good enough for a first down. The Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw again. Firing to the right, complete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like...
He's got it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. And the Bearcats, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They're going to give it to the wide receiver on first and goal. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. Oh, they're after him. Flips it out on the screen. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. New set of downs after the completion. Here's the handoff. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Marshall might go for a big play here on second and short. They'll run the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They think there's room to run to the right here. Nowhere for him to run again, and now fourth down is going to be a tough one.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what...
Oh, he's got some space. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. Looking downfield, it's Fox. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
You know, when your QB sneaking as a quarterback, you got to make a decision. You're going right or you're going left, and that's all predetermined based on how the defensive line lines up. Nice decision there by the quarterback.
And the Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. Getting closer and closer to midfield. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Out of the gun to give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense. Stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college.
He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Sets up the screen. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush. Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks...
Breaks into the open. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
It's 1st down from the 37-yard line. Back to throw, it's Fox. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Pushes ahead. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Cincinnati, 7.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. What a costly mistake by this defense, and that really ought to do it, and the offense should be able to run out the clock. Looking downfield on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He wants a big play here late. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
Yeah, great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season, but 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.